Saturday's showdown, B&K Furex versus Guangdong Freaks.
Dandy not looking too stressed about it, but that is an interesting one.
Playing Jin into Ornn pretty hard.
Maybe OK Savings Bank Brion can do it once again. Stop it at the Rift and see whether they can.
Respect that. We'll see the cross invade from Peanut, but Morgan, he doesn't like this.
Yeah, he's going to come on over. See whether he can actually bully Peanut away here as the red buff doing some work. That is going to be the permafrost, but the red buff really getting mad. And Morgan doing a lot of work, making sure the Peanut goes as low as possible. Blast Cone could have been employed there, but Peanut is just going to take away this red, by the way, because it was very, very difficult to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Tristan is notoriously difficult to CS on a turret, but that's no real excuse.
It went severely bad. All right, we're going to headbutt Pulve here from Delight, and the Shock Blast misses. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough. The flash out was optimistic at best, as now Envy, he's turned up. Fate going to get in here as well. Let's see if they can get anything done, but that permafrost is too strong, and that is 2 kills for Humble Life Esports. About with these grubs that are going to be spawning in 30 seconds time. I think that, bro, if they're able to actually get that, as there's a Hex Flash to come through here, as the special delivery of Polu. He doesn't have flash, and he doesn't have a hope of getting out of this one. That is going to be the kill. Viper locks it down. And Hanwha are just not letting their foot off the gas.
Yep, really great setup. You can see Polo just walked past that brush. Delight was in. Delight got the perfect angle to knock him back. And I think...
Yeah, a little bit of a weird one. Peanut is going to steal away the red buff, and then Zeka will kill Young Jay. Not entirely sure about what the setup was there, but it didn't go very well for Bro. Oh, as that's 1,000 kills. And he stops just to let us absorb the moment as we get that zoom in.
Now they're unleashed. They're the 3,000 gold deficit.
Yeah.
You know, they're ramping up.
This is about perfect timing. As okay, there's a pulverize onto 2 of them. Delight possibly ready to have a nap. As you can see, they do get lilted, but the Unbreakable Will is pretty powerful here. Viper not feeling like he wants to get amongst it. That's a good flash from Delight as the curtains have been called. Polo in trouble, and there is the setup. That was absolutely gorgeous with the Glacial Prison. Off the back of the slow to guarantee the last bullet of the curtain call. Kinda. As Peanut is just going to ignore it. Oh, they just trade places. Morgan with the Giga outplay.
Morgan dies when he
elects to only take a second one.
Yeah, he's been very conservative with these takes. Maybe if he sees Peanut bot, he'll go, it's time for 3rd.
Oh, well, you can see Viper did tank up a bunch of turret shots. As now Peanut is likely to die. There he goes. The arrow is going to fly past. And Morgan, as we mentioned before, decides when he dies.
And it was not that time. Just manages to tank it up.
And so the gold gap has shrunk. Not quite 3,000 anymore, as Peanut possibly stunned up here, as there's a bowling ball connection. Young Jay just looking to take down this jungle as Fate getting the inside track here. Watch out, Eep onto Peanut. As the lilting lullaby comes in, he's burning down, but Polu is likely to fall. It is going to be a 1-for-1 trade as now Fate goes in. I don't know about it, but they get blasted back. And the curtains have been called. Fate is down so incredibly low, and he's just hit by a harpoon. And unceremoniously destroyed. 3 now on the ground. Haven't seen too many Ghost Blades for the Jace. All right, Delight just going to do it again. Special delivery. Deadly Flourish is not going to land, and Envy just stands his ground because he knows that he's not going anywhere. Bullet going to connect. And Viper even had time to reload and take him down.
It's always funny when, you know, they're really far ahead, so, oh, they're looking for
okay. Yeah, there is just a kill onto Polu. As Delight very happy to tank this one up, as Morgan is like, I will not defend. And he also may just decide that now is the time to die, because the headbutt, gonna be avoided. Still he's going to die, but it was very, very cute. Bowling ball will connect onto Morgan. Yeah, like, even Musketman at this stage is something that they would have never understood at all, as, yeah, this is Envy going down. Yeah, a slingshot, not enough.
Awkward waiting for something as Jaden gets the Q to finish it off. Good setup there from Delight. And they're like, you know what? Let's go a little bit further.
Yeah, 노플이거든.
Yeah. And Delight is having a day out, by the way. I think that Viper's been having a good day. But for me, this one's all about this Alistair just doing everything this game. Bowling ball will connect there onto Doran, and he will be taken down after the flash. Very nicely done. It's in trade for an inner turret on the bottom side, but they'll get the top lane outer as well.
Objective bounties, you know.
Yeah, Alistair, Rel, Rakan.
Yeah. So it's not that I think it was the wrong decision to deny the Leona and get it for yourselves, but I just think Delight doesn't care. He is just rather good at these champions.
Yeah.
For Delight to hide, more brushes for him to be...
More Hex Flash activation opportunities.
Yeah. Crouching Delight, Hidden Cow.
Indeed. Or Hidden Cowboy, as that's the skin that he's opted in for. Deadly Flourish going to be avoided, as is the bowling ball. And Delight gets the flash, the pulverize on Envy once again. He's just beelining for this Ashe every single time, and now another Glacial Prison flies forward. The curtains, they have been called, but they do get out of the way. It's only one kill so far, as now Morgan looking to try and find an angle, but misses the second activation. Still, Fate's able to grab one. Zeka in trouble. 2 kills for the Bros, as they're still trying to fight it. Viper and Doran still with a lot of damage. But Youngjae wanting to find an avenue into this fight. Hanwha have found a way out, but they are still looking to get even more. The Flame Spitter comes in. Oh, the anti-synergy from the Buster Shot and that Searing Charge. But Bro still managed. I reckon he should test it. 1v4? Easy. Do you doubt our Lord?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Morgan is going to let them live for now. And also let them take his inner turret, which is probably not so good.
He's so generous. He's so gracious.
He's
there to apply slows so that Morgan can be the carry.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where he's kind of just comic relief, because he does manage to cleanse that one. Equalizer not really doing that much as Polo gets on out of there. That's going to be the kill onto the Lilia, though. And they do waste a lot trying to take down Peanut, who's not likely to die. Morgan dies, GigaChat. And now Humlife Esports just looking to try and finish them off. It is Fate taking a lot of damage, stuck between, as we like to say, a rock and a metaphorical hard place. Yeah, that is just an unceremonious pulverization of the Ashe, and the Deadly Flourish is exactly that. Humlife, they will finish this one, and that is 3 kills going over to for that one. That was just a, no, I'll just pay for it. It's totally fine. He had the cash for the Mercedes. Okay, there is another Glacial Prison onto Envy, and there's a Pulverize onto 3. Delight, I mean, if you weren't going to get POG, you definitely are now. As the Ram is going to get a double knock-up, as now Viper is in trouble. Fate is going to lock that one down with the help of the Lord. It's still probably the end of the game, but that was a pretty cool 1-2 punch there, as Morgan's still at full health. Maybe they'll be able to hold on to some Nexus turrets, but this inhibitor will be going down. And there are minions getting to work on the mid lane as well. With this Baron buff, and I didn't even really witness went down. I think it might have been taken during a replay or something like that, or perhaps my observational skills are not what they used to be. As to the skies, and Polo is going to go to the grave as well. Morgan knocked up momentarily, but is extraordinarily tanky. There's the knock-up onto Zeka. The Brittle's going to get procced. Permanently frosted is Morgan, but he loves it when it's cold. That's exactly where he's from, as the arrow is going to sail by inconsequentially. And Bro will chase down Delight and say, you stayed too long on our side of the rift. Mind people that they are just not allowed to disrespect them. Otherwise, they will 2-0 you. KT learnt the hard way. See where the Humlife Esports are also going to learn, as they do hit the carry with the Glacial Prison, and Morgan just guffaws. He does not care, even a little bit. He's like, oh, I guess you can have my Rookern shield, you peasants. And Humlife will now continue the push. Envy, he cares a little more. The Equalizer will just melt the Ashe. Solar Flare connects onto Doran, though, as the Lilting Lullaby, I think, is going to come in. That's a great sleep. The knock-ups are gorgeous. Doran will be taken down, and Zeka's dead as well. Viper can do nothing. The Bros will destroy you. Put respect on their name as the Quadra kill comes in. Fate's going to get a pentakill.
Never disrespect the Bros.
My God, what is this game? His composition is very strong. It became not as much of a factor.
Oh, they're trying to bait them in. You can see HLE looking towards mid, though, thinking, do we just push here?
Yeah, could be an opportunity. They are going to go for a little bit of a pincer maneuver, but there is the teleport to come through from Fate. A lot of damage now goes down onto Youngjae. Morgan pretty happily tanking things up. Searing Charge is going to get him out of any trouble, as the volley to slow them down. Flash out from Doran here as Morgan throws the Ram the wrong direction. He does not need that to take down Humlife, but that Equalizer is beautiful. But it's on the Envy. It doesn't even really matter. The arrow is going to sail by. It doesn't actually hit anything. And now Fate is just going to be burnt down. My God. Oh, Morgan was back in base defending. and they couldn't do it without their leader.
Oh, Morgan had to retreat. He had to defend the Nexus. He knows it's a priority, but unfortunately, the team cannot survive without him. And HLE should just be able to close this one out. Morgan could do his best, but 1v4 might be too much to ask.
Yeah, 1v4 is just, I think, maybe one too many for Morgan to handle. He is on the fountain, but his Nexus is exposed. And Humble Life Esports, after a brilliant early game, will be in a very different story. Zeka, yes, once again, congratulations. Had a little bit of a slow one here on the Jace. We haven't seen mid-Jace really find that much value outside of, I think, BDD having the best performances so far on it.
I'm legitimately impressed Envy did 17k damage. I thought we were going to get into here and you'd have done like 300.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But I feel like this draft doesn't inspire too much joy.
No. Oh my god! Okay, if I can't play the Renekton, I'll play his brother. It's fine.
Lock in Nasus R5 Giga Chad.
The R5 Susan just straight up, I don't care, I will just kill you.
You know,
As
봐봐, 난 쇠약만 걸게.
I'll just slow them, he said.
뭐냐 이거?
He's like, what's going on? Let's see whether the Lord, the back of a Nasus, is going to be able to bring us to the promised game 3.
yeah, this is good stuff. And he's gone second wind, revitalize, so can do a pretty good job of just sustaining.
One Mark of the Storm away from being stunned up, and will now just walk towards the wave, and is going to look for the solo kill. Not hit by the Lightning Rush, but there is the stun. Minions are helping out as well. The Ghost is on. The Siphoning Strike, and there's first blood to the Lord of the top lane. Oh man, let's have a look at this one more time from Morgan's perspective.
Yeah, so gets the level up, importantly, from the minions there with the Spirit Fire to clear it up. Also gets access to Wither on the back of that. And you can see how slow the autos were from the cannon. Getting the cooldown, the auto Q.
And the little giggle as well. Morgan just kind of feeling it. What? Doran's like, what? Check on Nasus lore, just to make sure that I understand what his story is in Shurima. But first, we're going to check out this bottom lane, as Delight and Viper will just look to destroy Envy. There's the flashes all coming forward, and that's Viper picking up a return kill. Whoa! As Polu going back in for a bit of an about-face maneuver. Now looks to try and get a kill onto Viper. He'll get it! Oh my god, the turn big. As Morgan is just going to try and walk this one off. Does have the ult. He's going to try and turn it here, as he is just dead. Doran will Sands.
Oh my, you know.
I know, how do we not, it's been so long.
Yeah.
And we, of course, remember Wither because it's broken. We're going to have a look at it in action here as the Fury of the Sands does come out. Spirit Fire, they're both eating it, but there's too much chain CC. Morgan not going to be able to do anything about it, and Peanut just kind of punishing the lack of mobility of this Nasus over and over again. The cooldown on Siphoning Strike goes down extraordinarily low when you get points into it. And so looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to get done. But Grub's going over here to Humble Life Esports, and this could just be 6 in the bag. There's going to be a lot of damage to get one last time around.
So I think it's really going to come down to execution of the fight. Oh.
Okay, Polo just going to walk in there one more time. That is a phenomenal layering of CC as the Glacial Prison flies in once again. Polo is just going to be dead. As Young Jay looking to throw some bowling balls around, but that is for the bros. As Rift Herald is going to come down into the mid lane. Envy taking a lot of damage here as Viper just tanks one turret shot. And in comes Peanut, one of our more reliable drivers. Obviously, on the other end of the spectrum to someone like Lehens. As Delight will be able to drive it into the next turret as well. So double charges to come through.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, Tornado going to miss there as Fate in melee range is probably suboptimal. And Bowling Ball not going to quite connect, but Zeka is still going to be tagged. Young Jay not going to press that Lilting Lullaby button just yet.
That was so
as
low.
now, yeah, Peanut looking to try and make his way in. And Hanwha just going to say, all right. And there is a Wither onto Doran as well. Morgan walking aggressively towards the cannon. There's the Fury of the Sands, and it's the Fury of the Bros that Doran has to worry about. In comes Zeka, and Morgan just wants a 1v1 for goodness sake. It's never winning the fights, and they're also taking down all of the structures. And it's not going that well here for Bro, as Young Jay looks for the bowling ball under Doran. Could have been a double sleep opportunity there, but Zekka is just going to take an inner turret to 0 response. And Solar Player is going to go wide. In goes Delight, finds a double quickness, and Viper is just free hitting, avoiding all of the skill shots as well outside of that bowling ball, but does just kill Polu one more time. Now Peanut looking to get even more. He is on vision. He's just going to have to settle with a red buff by the looks of things.
Youngjae's coming over. He's pretty low.
Yeah, Peanut is not so low, as that circle is not really going to work out. Permafrost will connect, and there's the Glacial Prison onto Envy. He does cleanse it immediately, as Peanut's going to have to flash to get himself out of the way. Envy misses absolutely everything, and now Homalife Esports are going to continue closing in. Peanut is just the bait every single time. Zekka is also doing some Yasuo things, and yeah, like you say, that's some stacks for the Nasus. You can see now, clearing out vision as best they can, and in fact, they have
they won the TP.
So much of it. They do start this one up as the True Shot Barrage was coming through. Windwall goes the opposite direction, though, just to make sure that Homalife Esports take as much damage as possible from it. And now a teleport's coming in from Morgan. He is going to invest into this one. Fury of the Sands and the Ghost both available, and into the backline goes Doran. The Wombo combo's here before the Nasus even gets to be involved. And they're just all lying on the floor. Yeah, not quite. As Envy is in melee range with Peanut and is now just dead. I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to put it in the cons column here for the Bros. Young Jay tries to watch out Eep, but he's the one saying Eep in this moment. As Morgan is going to throw down the Fury of the Sands, and I can feel that fury, but it is not going to be enough to win them this game. In goes Polu, out goes Fate. And it is that sort of lack of coordination that has been plaguing the Bros so far in this game, and it's going to continue as it looks like Homalife Esports are done with this one. 10,000 gold the lead, and they are just going to end it here in 23 minutes. The Baron was picked up, and then they just said, we are out of here. That is precisely what's going to happen. The Blade Call are going to come in, but it's the ace picked in their sights. If they had have dropped a game in this series, it would have confirmed that Gen G is first place in the LCK. But because...
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jason for the POG interview translation, and we are here joined by the solo POG on the side of Homalife Esports, Delight. Congratulations on the win, Delight.
네, 딜라이트 선수 먼저 승리 소감 여쭤보겠습니다.
How do you feel about the win today?
경기 상대가 저력 있는 팀이라 생각했는데
Today, we came here thinking our opponent has a huge potential, but I'm really glad that we got a very clean 2-0. Until yesterday, Aurora had a 100% pick and ban rate, but today it was left open in both games, and neither team selected it. What is Homalife's stance on Aurora? I don't really know about my entire team's perspective, but I'm pretty sure mid laners like that champion, but as a bottom laner, we don't like it because it completely depends on the proficiency of the mid lane pilot of Aurora. So I gotta do my best to stop Zekka from playing Aurora as much as possible. And then in the bot lane, you pick Jhin Alista against Ashe Leona of the opponent's comp. Considering the laning phase in a vacuum, it seems relatively difficult. How did you plan to overcome this? So we wanted to secure the picks that we kind of prefer, and we knew that as long as we can get through lane in the team fight phase, we'll be able to dominate the game. And moving on to the next question, her Alistar in the first game was a nightmare of the opponents, especially to Envy. How do you always see that angle to go in and make plays? Is that your proactive call? Well, I mostly rely on the kind of the evidence based on our vision control and then go for the plays. And I knew that they didn't have vision there, and he was just so naively walking down the lane. So I thought we should go for the play and get a kill. And your Alistar is currently on 10-1. Yeah, and then after that, we knew Leona, Ornn both didn't have flash, so we kept on going. And here as well, they were pushing from the area where they didn't have vision, so I could kind of push the envelope over there. So Hana Life was leading the game a lot, but there was an unexpected pentakill from the enemy team in their base. It was a little bit of a surprise turn of events. How did Hana Life communicate after that? It was a little bit dicey, you know, but we knew that after that sequence, you know, as long as we can win out the follow-up team fights, we were pretty sure that we still have the lead. And then game 2, the opponent picked Nasus as a very big surprise. The R5 Nasus, and Doran started off the game with a solo bolo. So what are your thoughts on that pick? I mean, Nasus is, you know, viable in solo queue. So it was not completely new to us, but I was not expecting a Nasus pick in a competitive game, and also I was not expecting Doran's solo kill as well. But still, because it was an LCK game and, you know, Doran's MBTI is F, so we didn't really make fun of him, but, you know, that shouldn't have happened. And now let's take a look at this fight around the Baron, where kind of sealed the deal for Hana Life. Peanut was able to start up the fight, and then Cannon's follow-up was so on point. Were you guys starting up the Baron to create that angle? Yeah, because Youngjae didn't have flash, so we wanted to kind of gather up around the Baron to add pressure. And Zeka in the series achieved his 1000th LCK kill today. Anything you want to say to him? Congratulations on your 1000 kills, you know. I hope you play as a pro as long as possible. You mean it though, right? Yeah, of course. With all my heart, dear Zeka. And there's only 3 more matches to play in the regular season. What are your resolutions for the remaining matches? You know, my teammates are doing a fantastic stuff, so I guess, you know, they can keep up their great work, and I think I also need to do my best until the very end. And this will be the end of the POG interview, and back to the space. Thank you.